y'all, I have another video where I don't have things to hold up for you. There we go. I'm a little scatterbrained. River's in the background, so if you hear Frogga, that would be why. Aries is being weird. Okay, so this is my most anticipated releases of 2020. I don't usually do these kinds of videos, but I've started, like, keeping up with things that are coming out in the future that I want to read. So, I wanted to do this video. The first thing I've got about 20, almost 25 things on this list, which is surprising to me. So the first thing on here, yesterday I finished Knock 3 Times, which is book 3 in the Wizards of Once series. This is not on my Goodreads list that I've made up because it's not announced yet, and it's not on Goodreads even as a possibility of 2020 or anything. But I would assume there's going to be a fourth. I know there's going to be a fourth one. I would assume the 4th Wizards of Once book is going to come out next year, and I need it now. So I'm also sorry if I'm repetitive. And again, I'm sorry. Y'all either going to get a glare from my glasses, or you're going to have me not being able to see. And Alex just pinged me 4 times. He's at work and very bored. Okay, so that's that one. The next one is Sex Criminals Volume 6, which is titled Six Criminals. This is a graphic novel series. It's weird. I started reading it because of the librarian aspects, and I'm kind of over it, but this is the last one in the series, and it comes out December 29th, 2020. Let's just assume everything is 2020, unless I say otherwise. It's supposed to come out on December 29th, so I figured I might as well read the last one, finish it off, and be done with it. But there's an aspect that one of the main characters is stealing money to try and save her library that she works at that she loves. And that's the main reason why I wanted to read this. And it was really good for the first couple of ones. It was weird, but that part was good. But I'm just really over it. So it's anticipated because I want to finish the series and be done with it, but I'm not like super excited about it. Then some of these I'm going to have to look at because I don't remember adding them. I have The Madness Blooms by Mackenzie Lee. This is supposed to come out November 24th. This is probably going to be a long video, you guys. I didn't realize that. I'm sorry. So let's see. Oh, right. This one is the Dutch Tulip book. Yes, I am excited about this one. I still need to read Gentleman's Guide, but I'm excited. This isn't part of that series or anything, so that's fine. I'm excited about this one. I've heard people talk about this, and it sounds really good. This one doesn't have a title. If you've seen the graphic novel series Fence, they're coming out with an actual novel. It's by Sarah Rees Brennan. It's supposed to come out September 1st, but there's no title, there's no cover. But I want to read that. Because the graphic novels were okay, but I think I might like a novel better. Peace Talks by Jim Butcher, book 16 in the Dresden Files. There's no official cover yet. This is supposed to come out July 14th, which is 3 days after my birthday. I am not caught up. I think I'm on book 10 or 11, so I've got a few books to catch up, so I'm excited about it. Even if I'm not to the point of being able to read it when it comes out, I'm excited that there's a new one. It's been years. So, thrilled about that. I love Dresden Files. Harrow the Ninth, which is book 2 in the Locked Tomb series. This is by Tamsin Muir. This is supposed to come out June 2nd. I just read Gideon the Ninth, and I liked it. It took me until the tail end of it to get really into it, but now I'm excited to read this one and see where it goes. Okay, who isn't excited about this? The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins, book 0 in the Hunger Games series. We've been excited about this. Everybody's been excited about this since before there was a name, since before there was a title. That's the same thing, since before there was a title or a cover. And now those are out. It's supposed to be out May 19th. And because this is not something I was looking at. I thought it was going to be a novella, especially with it being a prequel. No, it's like 500 pages. So I'm thrilled. Who is not thrilled about that? Network Effect by Martha Wells, book 5 in the Murderbot series, supposed to come out May 5th. I read the first 4 Murderbot books this year. Absolutely love them. They were some of my favorite books of the year. And I cannot wait for this one. Plus, this one is supposed to be a full-length novel, not just a novella. So, really excited about that. Love Murderbot. Gathered Around the Campfire by Melody Carlson. This is supposed to come out in May. I don't know anything about this. I think it just got added to the list because Melody Carlson is, you know how people have auto-buy authors? Well, she's one of my auto-read authors. I don't really buy her stuff, but I tend to read it. I've always liked her stuff, but as I'm getting older, I'm not enjoying it as much as I used to, so that might taper off in the next few years. I don't know, we'll see. Still enjoying it at this point. I think Alex is excited about this one too. Check Please Book 2, Sticks and Scones by Ngozi Ukazu. Comes out April 7th. I got the first one out for him, and then I ended up reading it too, and I was surprised by how much I liked it. It's so cute, and when I finished it, I was so sad that I had to wait until next year, and I still have to wait until next year for the next one. Chosen Ones by Veronica Roth. First book in a new series, comes out April 6th. It sounds really interesting. I just finished Carve the Mark. I got a review up on that, and I've got the Fates Divide out. But, yeah, River, don't throw stuffed animals at the cat, and get your stuffies off my bed. Get Ma off my bed, please. If y'all don't know, I have a 2-year-old, and my husband's at work right now, so it's just the 2 of us, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think I'll enjoy it, and the premise sounds good. I think it's an adult one, too, which is her first adult book. Don't quote me on that. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's see here. Loading. I'm making better time than I thought. Okay, The Electric Air by Victoria Lee. This is book 2 in the Feverwake series. This comes out March 17th. I got the first book this year as like one of those, your Amazon Prime, so you can get a book for free before it's released, but it's on Kindle thing. I don't really read Kindle books a lot, but I was bored at work one day, so I ended up reading it. And it was so good! It had, it was just really good. The magic system is really interesting. The world is really interesting. And our main character is also bi, and the representation for that, I'm bi, and the representation for that was just killer. It was so on point at least for my experience. So, it was just overall an amazing book. I couldn't put it down, and it was an ebook, so that's saying something for me. So, and I read that this spring, so I've been eagerly anticipating this for a while. So I cannot wait to read this one. And nobody's talking about this series. Everybody needs to read this. So this is another one that's like, yay, but there's no way I'm going to be able to read this anywhere close to when it comes out. Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare, first book in a new series called The Last Hours. Dude, I haven't even finished Mortal Instruments yet. I've read like the first 2 Mortal Instruments books, so I need to read like all her other books so that I can read this, but that's what I said like years ago when like 5 books ago came out, you know? I can't remember the name of it, but yay, but I need to read everything else first. This is another Winterborn Home for Vengeance and Valor by Allie Carter. Comes out March 3rd. She's another one of my auto-read authors, so I don't really know much about this. And then The Happy Camper by Melody Carlson comes out in March. Again, auto-read author. I don't really know anything about that book. Of Curses and Kisses by Sandhya Menon. Book 1 in the St. Rosetta's Academy series. This comes out February 18th. I think I just heard somebody talk about this and added it to the list. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. So, Indoor Recess by Shannon Waters comes out February 6th. This is the 13th Lumberjanes book. or their graphic novel series. I do like these. They're not like, I'm not like drooling to get this now, but I am looking forward to reading it, you know? Melissa De La Cruz, another auto-read author. I like a lot of her books. She's coming out with a new series. The Queen's Assassin comes out February 4th. Book 1 in the Queen's Secret series. I've heard a few people talk about this being really good. And besides the fact that she's an auto-read author for me, it looks like a really good book. I'm really into this kind of book right now, even though I'm not reading a lot of them because I'm trying to get through the library books. But I'm looking forward to this one. Bitter Falls by Rachel Kane, book 4 in the Stillhouse Lake series, comes out January 21st. I've read the first 3 books in the series. I'm loving it. I didn't realize when I started reading the series that this was a Rachel Kane that writes like more animal vampires, and she writes a lot of series that I've been interested in for years, and they're all vastly different, which is very interesting to me. But I'm loving the series. I'm eagerly anticipating this book. I think I've already got it pre-ordered from the big library. So there's my local library, which is small but has a huge system, and then there's the big library, which is the St. Louis City Public Library, which is big and is also connected to the rest of the libraries in the city. They have branches and stuff. I have cards for both of them, and I use both of them, especially if like one has something the other one doesn't. It's really handy. Okay, let's see here. Dark and Deepest Red by Anna Marie McLemore comes out January 14th. I remember being excited about this. Oh, okay, this looks like it's maybe historical fiction, maybe fantasy mixed in with it, I don't know. But about this, little known thing that happened in history. So, in 1518. So, I've heard of that, so I'm interested in reading this book. Even though it is fiction, it'll still be interesting to me. Along a similar note is The Whispers of War by Julia Kelly. Comes out January 14th. This is a World War II historical fiction, but it talks about internment camps in Britain, which I knew we had them here, but I didn't know they had them there. So I'm really curious to read about that. I'd never heard about that. So y'all know me, loved learning new things. And then loading. Yes. Lady Hotspur by Tessa Gratton comes out January 7th. This is a Shakespeare retelling, Henry IV. Okay. Yeah, it's inspired by retelling of Henry IV. I don't know if it's the same series, but this is the same author that wrote The Queens of Innis Lear. I just got this. Alex got this for me. I've just barely started it. I read a couple chapters on the way home from the trip, but I set it down because I've got library books, and I really want to just... Why did I go out of focus? When I sit down and read this, I want to sit down and read this and be present with this book and be like completely absorbed in it. And I've got library books right this second, and I've got a new video game I got for Christmas, so I'm a little bit absorbed in all of that. River, what's in your mouth? Get that out of your mouth. Put it in the trash. Now. So, I've liked what I've read so far, but I'm so happy to finally have that, and thank you, wonderful husband, who's probably not watching, for getting it for me. Come Tumbling Down by Seanan McGuire, Book 5 in the Wayward Children series, comes out on January 7th. Really enjoying this series. I've got this one pre-ordered from the library, too. Can't wait to read it. Except they're always short, so then I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to be sad because I don't have the next one. And then the last one on this list, Goodreads says it has an unknown publication date, but Amazon has it for like... Layla, stop! Amazon has it set for like May 7th or something like that. I'm probably wrong, but I think it's May or March or something. Deadly Waters by Dot Hutchison. I really like the series that starts with the Butterfly Girls. I love that series. It's one of my all-time favorite series. And that's complete now. She's got one other book. It's called A Wounded Name. It's a Hamlet retelling that I really need to get and read, but I just haven't yet. So, she has become one of my auto buy authors. Like, I have pre-ordered this book from Amazon. I don't do that a lot. So yeah, I am very much looking forward to that. I don't have a lot of auto buy authors. I do have a handful of auto read authors, but she has become an auto buy author for me. So this is, I don't even know. Oh, The Butterfly Garden. I'm sorry, not The Butterfly Girls. It's a suspenseful new series. I don't know. I'm just looking forward to it because she wrote it. So those are all of the books that are my most anticipated thus far for next year. I'm sure more will get included, but it is December 31st, so I don't think any are going to get included today. Are you guys looking forward to any of these as well? Are you any of the lucky few that have had arcs of any of them and have already read them? Or are you now looking forward to them now that I've mentioned them? Questions, comments, opinions, let me know down below. And you guys know I love discussing things with y'all. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.